One thing I would imagine you saying, commenting, or asking me, Dolama, why are you there? uh, why are you in a place, a shithole, a place you don't like? My friend Scott came to visit me, my brother Scott from the USA. We went to the Abuelo with him, we went to Markawasi with my friend Scott, really good man. So I got him over here, over this this scenery, this roof, and we were speaking, and and Scott asked me, man, I cannot understand how you got here. Why are you here? Something about around that. Scott, did you say that? You are a good man, Scott. So, why am I here? Why am I in such a place? It looks like I have to be here, and it looks like life got me in here and just put me in here. You have to stay here. I try to go out many times and just things would fail, and it felt like life wants me to be here, and I said, okay, I will accept that. It's been already like 3 or 4 years I'm living in Lima, in this place. So, well, I said, I will accept that, and I will try to, survive in this place and strive my best, So I started teaching yoga. It was a really good thing that had happened to me. I started to teach yoga in the municipality of this place, Santa Anita, a part of Lima. And teaching yoga was really a blessing to me. It is my work, it is my job. I don't have to go and do some meaningless bullshit thing. I have done some things. Not for me, man. So I feel very grateful to be a teacher of yoga and teach postures, teach asanas. Before every class I give, and after every class, within myself I say, life, I'm so grateful to be a teacher of this thing, to be a part of this. So my work had really helped me a lot, working with people, giving them my best, teaching them something I love, and people call me master, people call me teacher, People have more respect to me than just a person, an instructor who teaches you some postures, some physical movements. Every class of yoga we do as a meditation. That's the way I teach it, and I try to transmit my best. I after every class, small meditation, I send them my love, and I care about my students. I love them, and they appreciate me, and it's been a great blessing and a really nice thing that had happened to me in this city, Lima, making me see the reality of these people. They're all stressed out, they're all negative, they're all suffering, they're all sick. Being in this fucked up environment, so contaminated, people get sick much more often. And even me, I was surprised. I would get sick sometimes in Lima. I wasn't ever sick for years. I was living in the mountains in Lithuania. I would go to in the winter, in the cold, in the snow, in the forest, on the snow. I would just take all of my clothes and just naked with my underwear. I would just sit on the snow in full lotus, trying to practice Tumo practice, Tibetan Tumo practice, where you generate your body heat. And I never ill, not that I remember. But being here, I can see that this contamination is, it takes so much energy for your body to fight it, that it is much easier to become ill in this place. I'm going off topic right? Speaking about one thing and then speaking about something else. See, they're doing something new. The teacher was putting cones, for these kids. Sometimes I would observe them, giving those classes, and sometimes even those teachers would get kind of negative, and angry. I wouldn't like my son to be in such a place with teachers angry. I think teachers should transmit just the best, and more than anything else, love, respect for the new generation. And I'm living in Lima, yes. And even though I dislike this city, at the same time I see that I make a change in people's lives more than anything else. In the first place, my son, my son's life, and then, well, my students, my yoga students, seeing them better makes me, well, appreciate it as well. Where teacher is most needed, where a doctor is most needed, in a place where everybody is healthy or in a place where everybody is sick. I don't like doctors, but I use this example where yoga is more needed in a place that needs it so much as Lima, so negative, stressed out, or somewhere in the mountains where people are just living more peaceful life for sure. So that makes me see that it's important what I'm doing, and and I learned a lot by being with these people and being in this society. If you watch my older videos, especially the ones in Lithuania, you would see that I had much of this spiritual realization, enlightenment, call it the way you want. I was mature spiritually, I would see and experience those things, but I wouldn't be really comfortable or good at communicating with other people, understanding how people live, how people are in the cities, That's why in the past, when I would be making those videos in Lithuania, in India, elsewhere, I would think that, man, I'm sharing my experiences with my viewers, but in fact nobody can live the same way I live. Nobody can just go out to the woods and mountains and just be and meditate all of the time, and I would think that it would be impossible to go towards enlightenment being in a city, or having your job and living as a householder. It felt it would be impossible, It felt it would be very hardly possible. How can you meditate 8 hours a day then, How can you have so many responsibilities that you just don't have time, and half an hour a day or 1 hour a day would be very not much. However, now I'm here, and I guess I had to realize that one can practice spiritual practices even one lives a busy life in a fucked up city. You see me swearing, I don't swear much. And having to work, having responsibilities. You can also go towards your enlightenment, you can also practice spiritual practices. You see, I don't have much time myself, but I just put the first priority for me is 1 hour pranayama every day. I wake up earlier in the morning and I do, then I try to do more times a day whenever I have time. If I'm waiting somewhere, maybe those scriptures of pranayama would say that, to practice pranayama, those advanced breathing yoga techniques, to practice pranayama you have to be in seclusion, you have to have a moderate diet, you have to this and that, and no people around, good air. For me, not many of those conditions would be met in this place, you know. Not good air, not time, not you know, but I just do any time I can, and I go with all of my best, you know, finding the time, and I go for it, you know. So yes, one can find time to practice some type of meditation. 1 hour a day, I think one can find most of the days, you know, if one tries hard. And then anytime you are waiting for some bus or going somewhere, you can do different types of meditation, and that was I was doing. You know, like when I'm walking somewhere, going to my job, you know, or going somewhere, I can practice posture meditation. I observe how I walk, my posture. I can go on relaxing my body muscles, relaxing my whole body, walking, or also laying down or sitting, another meditation technique. When I can concentrate more, I can, or anywhere, I start sending my love to the people. I'm in the bus, I start you know, I take it as a challenge to send love to this negative energy around, you know, in the buses, you know, so many people and all of this stressful energy. And I say, okay, let's see if I can change it. And I start sending my love, and I take it as my practice. And I know it works. It works on me, and I know it works on other people too. Love sending. Then I do mindful breathing. I try to also breathe more, like sometimes give more, you know, give some moments to inhale fully, exhale fully throughout the day, and you know, you feel yourself better, because most of the time you find yourself breathing in a more, you know, more shallow way, you know, caught up with daily activities. So every time I remember, I just inhale and exhale, inhale and exhale. If I can be closer to some tree, it's nice. If no, not. You know, it makes you feel better, more oxygenated the body, you feel better too within yourself. So, also something you can do as your spiritual practice. Breathing, of course. And just trying to be mindful. That's the practice I do, you know. That's my meditation. Of course, I'm not meditating like when I was living, you know, alone and in the mountains in Lithuania, in the forest, when I would be meditating like 8 hours every day, you know. Of course, I cannot do it now. I cannot make 8 hours. But, you know, I try to give my best.